The more hits we play, the more hits we get. URLradio.net. Stacy Sturm.
Trampas Johnson.
Okay, let's talk about crazy Christmas traditions from around the world.
Sure. Oh, I thought we were talking about like at home, because we got some of those too. We used to have to dance around the tree when I was a kid, you holding hands, and you would run around the tree in a circle and sing, Yule men and glad, something Nicholas. It was in Norwegian. I don't remember the words exactly. Yule men and glad, I think, was how it went. Yep.
What?
I'll have to. I know there's a really good like Norwegian punk band that did a cover of Yule men and glad that is probably my favorite Christmas song.
Oh my God. So as you got older, you like, please God, just shoot me down right now.
Yes.
Like, just
even when
away.
I was a kid, I was never super into the dancing around the Christmas tree part. It was just like, then I wanted presents, and then when I got older, I was like, I just don't want to do this. This is dumb. But, what do you do?
So in other places besides Trampas' home, in Austria, they have Bad Santa. I think a lot of countries have Bad Santa, because you have Germany has Krampus. Mm-hmm. But British kids are well acquainted with Father Christmas, Santa Claus, or Saint Nick, and they consider themselves lucky that they don't live in Australia, where they have a ghoulish creature, also called Krampus, the evil accomplice of Saint Nicholas, that's said to wander the streets in search of badly behaved children. During the month of December, you can expect to see terrifying masked figures out and about, scaring kids and adults with ghastly pranks. If this holiday tradition is your thing, then you need to go to Vienna for the Krampus parade.
Yes.
Here's the thing. I am shocked and surprised that they never had a movie about Krampus until like 3 years ago. When did that come out? 4 years ago?
It's been a little while, but yeah, they're...
Like, wow, that's a super iconic figure. But I think people just didn't want to make horror movies out of Christmas. Not many.
Not a lot, yeah. There are a handful of them. But yeah, compared to other holidays... Yeah. Maybe, but it's also a Christian holiday, so that means that there's a big portion of the world that doesn't celebrate that, and so they're not going to focus on it in their popular culture. It's
true. Next, in Caracas, they have roller skating mass. Dude, I'd totally get behind this. I'd put on my jacket, my silk roller skating jacket, and hit it. In Caracas, swaths of city dwellers make their way to Mass on roller skates on Christmas morning. The tradition is now so well established that many of the city's streets are actually closed to traffic from 8 a.m. on that day until 3 p.m. so that the skating congregation can actually get to church safely.
Wow.
It said that children will sleep with one lace from their skates tied around their toe and the other skate dangling from the window so that their friends can wake them up with a friendly tug of the lace.
Okay. So this can't be a super old tradition then if it's got roller skates. Like we're like 1800s at the earliest.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's weird.
Chances are probably it was like 70s.
Yeah. Let's be real.
Yeah. Iceland has the Yule Cat.
Ah, yes.
One of the weirdest festival traditions we've heard comes from Iceland, where a giant cat is said to roam the snowy countryside. Traditionally, farmers would use Yule Cat as an incentive for their workers. Those who worked hard receive a new set of clothes, but those who didn't were devoured by the giant cat-like beast.
Yes.
Today, it is customary for everyone in Iceland to get new clothes on Christmas to avoid an unsavory demise.
Yes. Now, as we were talking about, the Yule lads are also from Iceland.
Yeah.
And they are... So... There's 13 of them.
Okay.
They are the sons of Grilla and Lepaldi, who live in a cave. The cat kind of runs around outside. They're mischievous pranksters who steal from or harass the population. Their names are all descriptive of how they harass you, though.
Okay.
They come to town one by one during the last 13 nights before Christmas, and they leave small gifts in the shoes that children have placed on windowsills. But if they've been disobedient children, they get a potato in the shoe instead of a gift.
There's somebody else, too, that drops potatoes in shoes.
I think that's a fairly common thing.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
So here are some of the names of the Yule lads. There's the Sheepcoat Clod, who harasses sheep. The Gullygawk, who hides in gullies.
Okay.
Stubby, who's abnormally short and steals pans to eat the crust left on them. There are door slammer, bowl licker,
oh my God,
pot scraper, spoon licker, skyr gobbler, which is like skyr's like a yogurty sort of thing. So
So
you'll
he
eat
comes
your
and
yogurt.
eats your yogurt?
Yep. Doorway sniffer. Meat hook, candle stealer.
What? Wait, meat hook?
Meat hook.
So you go from yogurt eater to meat hook.
Yeah, he uses a hook to steal meat.
Oh my God, okay.
And then, of course, my favorites, the last two here are sausage swiper.
This is just a lot of food stealers.
And a window peeper.
Now that's just
Yep.
wrong.
Window peeper is a snoop who likes to look through the windows in search of things to steal. He comes on December 21st, in case you're wondering.
Oh my God. So you have all these weird little lads that are stealing your food.
Yep.
And then one peeping Tom.
Yeah, they're basically, they're ones who steal food, they play tricks, or they are just a delusion from nature, like the gully gawk who hides in gullies and tries to steal milk from the cows.
I feel like that should be a Christmas movie. How come no one's made that into a Christmas movie?
I wonder.
There's got to be like
let's see.
Yule Lads.
Yule
You can call 'em,
Lad
like,
movie. Come on, Google, don't fail me now.
call them Christmas capers, the Christmas capers.
There's no movie that I can find, but there is a short film from Iceland about the Yule Lads. Looks like it's on YouTube.
I feel like we need to pitch this to
About 8
Netflix.
minutes.
Let's pitch it to Netflix, Trampas.
Okay, we could do. Yeah, I mean, you could do a whole series. You could do one movie about each of the Yule Lads.
Oh,
one
yeah?
about the
You
giant
could.
cat. You could do one about mom and dad. There is. I mean, right there, that's 16 Christmas
Yeah.
films that you have just like ready and waiting. You could almost beat Hallmark
Oh, God.
because they got about 30 new ones every
I know.
year that are all exactly the same.
But these would be interesting.
These would be interesting.
Yeah. Cartoon or not?
I would like them not to
I'd
be.
like an old stop animation, like the old Frosty the Snowman, and I'd like to see them in that way. The old school way of
Yeah.
doing the Christmas shows.
I want to see it done like the movie that Keanu Reeves did where they animated over the top of his film. Do you remember that one? Scanner Darkly, I think was what it was called.
No, I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, it was odd. It was an experiment in medium because it wasn't quite a film, but it wasn't quite animation either. It was a weird mix of the both. That might be kind of fun.
Oh, either way, I think that needs to be made. It needs to be made. Okay, let's see. Next, in Ukraine, they have a cobweb Christmas where they celebrate cobwebs.
Ooh, we should do that at my house.
I feel like I was doing that this fall. It goes back to a folk tale about a poor widow who could not afford to decorate a tree for her children. Legend has it that the spiders in the house took pity on the family's plight and spun beautiful webs all over their tree, which the children awoke to find on Christmas morning. Spider webs also are considered to be lucky in Ukrainian culture. So, yeah, he's going to jump somebody's car, but I don't know how long of a freaking... I don't know how long... Or maybe he's just fixing something on his car. I don't know. But yeah, so that's kind of a sweet... It's kind of a sweet thing.
Yeah.
To decorate your tree in
Nice spiders.
spider webs. In Japan, this is the weirdest thing ever. This is come up as the 70s. So back in 1974, the American fast food restaurant KFC released a festive marketing campaign in Japan that was basically Karasumasu Niwan Kentucky, which is Kentucky chicken for Christmas. And the Japanese fell for it. They flocked to Kentucky Fried Chicken every Christmas morning to get their Kentucky Fried Chicken meal.
First one to make that call. They're like, we're going to own Christmas in Japan. The colonel is like, yep, I want to give them my buttery spread.
And I guess it's kind of high priced over there too because it's such a premium. They run
sure.
out.
Yeah,
they run out by the end of the day. So crazy. Now this one I've heard of before actually. In Germany, they have the pickle tree. So a Christmas tree tradition embraced around the world is believed to have started in Germany back in the 16th century. So it comes as no surprise that our cousins still have some funny customs relating to the festive trees. One of these is to hide a pickle somewhere in the branches of the tree. and give a gift to whichever child finds the pickle. Some claim that the tradition might not be German after all. One legend says that the Christmas pickle originated actually in Spain when 2 young boys were actually held prisoner in a pickle barrel. St. Nicholas rescued the boys and brought them back to life. Either way, a pickle on the Christmas tree is a tradition that I feel like more people need to get behind.
I am against this in all forms. Pickles are disgusting and have no place in anything.
You shush. I love me a good pickle. I am a pickler. I pride myself on my pickles.
That's great for you. I just they're gross.
Toby's not a pickle guy either. So it's funny, we'll go to Toaster Frog and I always forget. I'm like, hey, you want to split some you don't do pickles. I'm going to have to eat them on myself, I guess. Sucks. What is it about the pickle?
I think it's...
Do you like other pickled things?
No.
So you just don't like pickling in general?
It's vinegar for me. Vinegar, and I'm also not a big fan of dill. And that is in a lot of things.
That's it. That is the staple of the pickle.
Yeah. So.
All right. In Finland, we have festive sauna. So many homes come equipped with their own sauna, and at Christmas time, it becomes a sacred space, according to many myths, to bring up your long-dead ancestors. On Christmas Eve, it's customary to strip down naked and take a long and respectful stint in the sauna, which is also believed to be home of the legendary sauna elf. After the sauna session, they head out to the evening celebrations, and then the spirits of their ancestors take their place.
Oh, okay.
So they keep the sauna going for their dead relatives.
That's nice.
That's considerate of them. Next, shoes by the fire. In the Netherlands, every year, in the days leading up to December 5th, Dutch children place their shoes by the fire in hopes that Sinterklaas will fill them with small gifts and treats in the night. Carrots are left in the shoes for the companion of Sinterklaas, a white horse named Amerigo. In the olden days, naughty kid would get a potato in their shoe in lieu of gifts, but potato punishment is no longer considered appropriate scare tactic in society. So, I'd say ass whooping is probably
potato punishment.
Potato punishment.
Potato punishment. That would be my Irish wrestler name.
In Italy, they have Befana the Witch. So forget Santa and December 25th, when in Italy, all the action takes place on January 5th. According to folklore, a old woman named Befana visits all the children in Italy to fill their stockings with candy and leave them presents if they've been good. Befana enters through the chimney and is left treats by the children who live there, typically wine and cookies. I want to be Befana.
I was going to say, that sounds like a way to get Stacy into your house.
That's how I am lured into many houses, with wine and treats.
It's not the free candy van you got to watch out for. It's the free wine and cookie van.
It's the wine and cookie van, man. Next, Norway has flying witches. According to Norwegian folklore, Christmas Eve is the day when mischievous spirits and witches take to the skies for mischief and tomfoolery. As witches often use brooms as their preferred mode of transportation, it is tradition for Norwegian families to hide any cleaning supplies attached to sticks where witches won't be able to find them.
Sure. Witches
So
have
a broom, a mop, I suppose. What else is it? The Swiffer? Like, if it's attached to a stick, you can't let a witch get a hold of it.
No. What about, like, those little tiny, like, feather dusters?
You better
like,
hold
you
on
gotta
to it.
hold on to that. You gotta tie that to
You might get a
something
little
else?
mini witch. What if you get a little tiny witch? You don't even know.
If it was in the desert, you could get a sandwich. Boo.
Oh. In Sweden, Donald Duck is a Christmas tradition. Everybody watches the 1958 Christmas special, Donald Duck and His Friends Wish You a Merry Christmas. They gather around the TV at 3 p.m. sharp to watch Donald Duck's Christmas. Everything on Christmas is planned around this TV special.
Where is this?
Sweden. More than 40% of Sweden's population still tunes in like clockwork. It was more like 90% of the people watched it back in the 60s. If you didn't watch it, it was because you didn't have a TV. But now still 40% of the country stops whatever they're doing at 3 p.m. sharp to watch Donald Duck and His Friends Wish You a Merry Christmas.
That is so weird.
Yeah. Like, how does that get started? Is it like A Christmas Story? So everybody like stops what they're doing to watch the first part of a Christmas Story marathon on, TNT.
Swedes are so compelled by the cartoon that last year, so this would have been because this article is from 2017, so in 2016.
Yeah.
Cell data usage fell 28% and calls to emergency services dropped 16% during the broadcast. So, a local host presents it live, playing the role of Uncle Walt in the original series, and a snippet from a recent Disney-produced movie finds its way into the mix.
Yeah. Nice marketing there,
You
Disney.
do not tape or DVR it for later viewing. You do not eat or prepare dinner while watching it.
You drop everything.
Viewer silence is only broken for the recitation of favorite lines or eruptions of laughter.
Wow, you don't even talk during that.
That's so weird.
This is serious.
If there's
shit.
anybody from Sweden out there that can verify that this is like a real thing, please let us know, because that's so bizarre. I would like to talk to a Swede about that.
I feel like this is a tradition I want to get behind now at 3 p.m.
I want to find
Christmas.
this. I want to find this video. See if we can track it down. 1959.
Yep. 1958.
58. Okay.
Donald Duck and his friends wish you a Merry Christmas.
That's crazy.
That is absolutely crazy. Next, Spain has the poop log. Easily the most outlandish Christmas tradition on the list. It's called Tío de Nadal, the Christmas log, and it's made from a hollow log with stick legs, a smile, and a red hat. And every evening between December 8th and the Christmas Eve, the children feed the log small treats with water and then leave him under a blanket to keep him warm. On Christmas Eve, things get weird. Children are tasked with beating the log with sticks while singing traditional songs, which include amazing lyrics such as poop log, poop nuggets, hazelnuts, and motto cheese. If you don't poop well, I'll hit you with a stick. Poop log. Yeah.
I bet it rhymes better
It does.
in their language.
Spanish.
Okay, in Spanish.
After
okay.
Tío de Nadal is properly beaten and serenaded, the log magically poops out all the presents and candy.
Like a piñata?
I kind of want to combine all these into one magical Christmas. So after we watch the Donald Duck Christmas special, everybody gets their poop log.
Put some shoes by the window with some carrots and potatoes in them. Just getting them ready.
And then we have people
then put
dress up
scary
like
masks on, go outside, scare some children.
And then we have little tiny people come in and try to steal your meat and your yogurt.
I think Bismarck has a new tradition.
This would be a Christmas special on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. 100%. That would be their Christmas special. Oh, I love it. And the last one that a lot of people have probably heard of in Sweden, it's the Yule goat.
Yes.
It's the oldest tradition celebrated on this list. The Yule goat dates back to the 11th century, where there are mentions of man-sized goat figures led by St. Nicholas, who had the power to control the devil. The Yule goat, as you can imagine, has changed quite a bit throughout history. In the 17th century, it was popular for young men to dress as goat creatures and run around pulling pranks and demanding gifts. By the 19th century, the goat became the good guy, which was a giver gifts. Instead of Father Christmas, men would dress up as goats and give gifts to their family. Today, the man goat is no longer, and the Yule goat has taken its place in modern history as a traditional Christmas ornament that you decorate on your trees. In larger cities, giant version of these goat ornaments are created out of straw and red ribbons. You may have anticipated a giant creature made out of straw is easy prey for pranksters. It's in Sweden too. Every year, within like 24 hours of them resurrecting this giant straw goat, somebody burns it down.
Yep.
They can't keep the damn goat up. So there you go. And by the way, to top off all of our Christmas, we're going to light a straw goat on fire.
Yes. That's how we end it.
That's the big finale. So there you go.
All right.
Coming up, we have a game break.
Yes.
Okay. And if there's a song you want to hear, you can message me on Facebook or message URL Radio on Facebook. Or you can email me, Stacy, at urlradio.net. That's STACY at urlradio.net.